Catechism of the Catholic Church, the Profession of Faith, the Communion of the Church of Heaven and Earth, following. Communion with the Saints, number 957. Quote from Lumen Gentium. It is not merely by the title of example that we cherish the memory of those in heaven. We seek rather that by this devotion to the exercise of fraternal charity, the union of the whole Church in the Spirit may be strengthened. Exactly as Christian communion among our fellow pilgrims brings us closer to Christ, so our communion with the saints joins us to Christ, from whom, as from its fountain and head, issues all grace, and the life of the people of God itself. End of quote. We worship Christ as God's Son. We love the martyrs as the Lord's disciples and imitators, and rightly so, because of their matchless devotion towards their King and Master. May we also be their companions and fellow disciples. Quote from the Martyr of Saint Polycarp. Number 958, Communion with the Dead. In full consciousness of this communion of the whole mystical body of Jesus Christ, the Church, in its pilgrim members, from the very earliest days of the Christian religion, has honored with great respect the memory of the dead. And because it is a holy and wholesome thought to pray for the dead, that they may be loosed from their sins, she offers her suffrages for them. Our prayer for them is capable not only of helping them, but also of making their intercession for us effective. In the one family of God. For, if we continue to love one another and to join in praising the Most Holy Trinity, all of us who are sons of God and form one family in Christ, we will be faithful to the deepest vocation of the Church. It was a quote from Lumen Gentium and Hebrews chapter 3, verse 6. In brief, the Church is a communion of saints. This expression refers first to the holy things, in Latin sancta, above all the Eucharist, by which the unity of believers who form one body in Christ is both represented and brought about. See Lumen Gentium number 3. The term communion of saints refers also to the communion of holy persons. In Latin, sancti. In Christ who died for all, so that what each one does or suffers in and for Christ bears fruit for all. We believe in the communion of all the faithful of Christ, those who are pilgrims on earth, the dead who are being purified, and the blessed in heaven, all together forming one Church, and we believe that in this communion the merciful love of God and His saints is always attentive to our prayers. This was a quote from St. Paul VI.